Take a break and listen to the stories and poems written by people just like you. Prose Poetry Pitstop. Recharge your day and do your life justice. Tune in for a new episode every Saturday. Welcome everybody to another episode of Prose Poetry Pitstop. As you can see, I do not have a guest for today. I am the guest. Just a little bit about myself. I am Justice, and I grew up very shy. I would spend a lot of time by myself in my room, walking around in the yard with my dad's old Sony Walkman, recording different things. I would wake up in the middle of the night and write. And this began at a very young age. And so I was always inspired. I'd have all these different thoughts running through my head at random hours during the night. And I was always intrigued by the thought of I can be inspired at any moment. So I kept a pen and a piece of paper by my bed. And so I would write, and I would write on pretty much anything. Receipts, the back of a book, a napkin, whatever. And actually, I'm going to show you my binder. I should have had it before I started, but I have this binder. And as you can see, there's a lot of papers in here. And in this binder are hundreds of my poems and ideas that I would write. And let me just show you one. So you can see here, my handwriting was very, very small. This poem or story or whatever you want to call it, prose, is called Je m'appelle Adore. And I wrote this in July 29th, 2002. So 19 years ago, almost. So Je m'appelle Adore, I was either a junior in college. And so I have 11 different poems and ideas on this one piece of paper. And like I said, I would wake up from my early, 9, 10, 11 years old, all the way throughout college and even into adulthood. I would wake up and write stuff. And so there's been a hiatus. There's been a long pause between that young, inspired kid and the adult 40-year-old man who's experienced life, who experienced successes, marriage, divorce, children, getting jobs, getting promotions, getting fired, traveling around the world, so on and so forth. So a lot has happened. And so I think this may be the spark to get me back into my writing. I've shared my writing with very few people. I've posted maybe one or two pieces on Facebook years ago. And so I'm going to share and expose myself to you all through my words. And I would love your thoughts and your feedback, because that is what this platform is for writers and poets and artists to share their work and get exposure for whatever and in whatever way possible. My platform is not big, but it's a platform nonetheless, and I'm going to stand on it. So I have right now, I think I have 6 pieces that I'm going to read, and I hope you guys enjoy, and I'll tell you a little about each piece each time. So without further ado, I'm going to end with that one. So I'm not going to read this one first. I'm going to end that with that one. That one is called I Am. This is from a play that I did because I'm a theater major. Theater was my primary outlet. Acting was my way of coming out of my shell. And so my last play that I was in at Southern University, the last play, it was called It's Only a Play. And I played a gay guy in this play. And part of one of my speeches and lines in the play, I was supposed to be, showing off my acting skills. And there were only a few lines to this, to this little acting, exhibition that I was doing. And so the director of the play knew that I was a writer. And so she asked me to write like a monologue to kind of fill in the gaps from the lines. And so I'll read you the lines from the play itself. This line is from the play, and everything else around it is what I wrote. So this is the line from the play. I would dream of Persia and flying carpets in every far-off place I'd ever read of. I would dream of them under my quilt with the calico patches. So just those two lines, that was from the play. That was written in the play. Now I'm going to read you everything else that I wrote to do my performance. Okay, so this is from It's Only a Play. Time only afforded me one opportunity to absorb all that life has to offer. My eyes were not sharp enough to see the beauty beyond the horizon. My arms were not long enough to reach out and touch the tops of the mountains. My legs were not long enough to stretch across the deepest of oceans. So I forgot about seeing, touching, smelling, and any other pleasure limited by the reality of these senses. I just closed my eyes and dreamed. I would dream of Persia and the flying carpets in every far-off place I've ever read of. I could dream of them under my quilt with the calico patches. I would dream and allow my senses to destroy the boundaries, permitting the stimulus to intensify to the point of being almost unbearable. In my dream, time had no power. Life was me, and I became the puppet master, manipulating where it starts and ends. I was in control. There were no limits to what I could see, feel, taste, or smell. But in reality, it was only a dream. So that was the first one. And I think I had like a day or so to figure out what I wanted to say there. So, but you saw how I tried to incorporate the line from the play into the monologue. So let me know your thoughts on that one. I don't have a title for it. It's from, like I say, It's Only a Play was the name of the play. And there you go. So this I wrote March 18th, 2003. How long years? 18 years ago? Yeah. All right. So the next one. This was written December 4th, 2003. So I noticed when I look at a lot of them have the dates on it, and I noticed that I wrote a lot between 2000 and 2003. So actually 98, I have a lot from 98. I was a junior in high school in 1998. So between that time and graduating college, I was a flood of inspiration. So this one again, December 4th, 2003. Again, no title. How I wish I had one wish to wish, upon which I would wish to end all of this and rise up to a state of bliss and greet my sanity with a big fat kiss. But I always find that my notion of bliss always comes with its own slight twist. And my idea of sanity appears insane to those outside of my perplexed brain. So things will forever remain the same, 'cause change is just strange with a different name. So, sadly, I will forever remain enchained to conformity. So, I don't know why I wrote this one, though. But I think I was talking about basically how we're programmed to follow everyone else's lead. Cookie cutter. This is how you're supposed to behave. This is, what you're supposed to do. And thinking outside the box and going against the grain and going against the norm is looked down upon. And I think there was a quote from Einstein, or at least someone made a meme and put Einstein's picture beside it. And I think it said, I can't remember, but it's talking about how insanity, people who don't know, smart people appear insane to dumb people or something like that. But if anybody knows what quote I'm talking about, I'll find it and I'll actually post it. You'll see it. But yeah, and I think I was going along that lines here about expressing yourself and expressing your thoughts. But being different, you're seen as being strange. And so in order to not be looked at weirdly like you're crazy, you just give in to the conformity. I think that's where I was going with that one. So let me know your thoughts. What did you interpret from that one? Okay. So this one, I don't know why. This next one, the next two, or the last three have titles. So the first three, no titles. All right. This one I wrote, I don't have the date listed. I posted this one. This is one of the ones that I did post on my Facebook page years ago, and I just copied it from there. And I'm pretty sure I had a title on it then, but I don't know why I don't have it here. But let's go. Let's read it. And this one was written, or at least was posted, on March 15th, 2014. So this one's a little later, but I'm pretty sure I wrote this one early on as well. Oh, how graceful she is, the one with the tree-turned cane. I look at her and I see beauty, and so beauty shall be her name. Her journey is mapped out on her face. Every wrinkle defines her being. They define her better than words, and her picture is well worth seeing. Her hair is gray and fading. It has lost its lustrous shine. It fought a valiant fight, but there's just no beating time. Her teeth are stained and missing, but her smile still brightens the day. Though her voice is low and cracking, it's melodic in its own way. Her eyes are on the verge of losing the gift of sight, but she will not require them as she moves closer to the light. As she passes by my way, it becomes clear to me even more that she is much lovelier now than she ever was before. So this was about an old lady. And it always stuck with me, that second line, the one with the tree-turned cane. I really like that line. I just thought it was really clever. And I'm pretty sure I wrote this as a teenager, early 20-something maybe at the latest. And so that one line, visualizing a big, massive tree being chopped down and then turned into this cane that supports this old lady. And so that's why I've always loved this poem. I don't know exactly why I wrote it. I might have written it for a class assignment because I took theater classes, and in one of those classes, I think I had to write some poetry for an assignment. I think I had to write like 7 or 8 pieces for an assignment, and this may have been one of them. But this one has stuck with me just for that simple line. The tree turn came. So, hope you guys enjoyed that one. All right, so I got 3 more. They're all short. They're all pretty short. This one has a title, and I actually, this one I put on poetry.com, and you can see this, the page is all stained and everything like that. And then actually, I think this one also may have been published in like a poetry book. So I think poetry.com or some other website that I was on, they were taking entries and putting a lot of independent poets' work into a single book. And I actually have like 3 or 4 of them that some of my work was published in. And so I think this might have been one of the ones that was published. I know for sure that the other one that I'm going to read was one that's published. But this was called My Sad Song. I wrote a song last night, but the words were all tears. It's as if my heart had found my fears from all my years and put them here on this paper. The words were vapor. They're gone. Now I'm left with bitterness to savor, eat on. My heart loves to beat on, feed on, lead on and abuse, laughing at my tears as if it were amused by my pain. My brain strains to conclude the purpose. Why does love hurt us? To it, we're worthless. It births us and fills us to the sill till we feel emotion spill and run free. Then it leaves us empty and weak. So now I lay me down to sleep, so my broken heart can rest in peace. My sad song. So yeah, I don't know. I wish I'd have had like my backstory for all of these. I know why I wrote some of these, but like I said, ideas would just pop into my head randomly. So you could get a poem or a few words on anything at any moment. So, but let me know what you guys thought of that one. My sad song. All right, 2 more. This one is called In Remembrance of You. And I wrote this one, I know for sure, back in college. And I wrote it regarding my ex at the time. We were on again, off again, but we had stayed friends. And so I wrote this, and this is one that I actually got published. It's called In Remembrance of You. When I walk these days, I walk with pride. I'm more confident, so maybe it's a stride. I'm on cloud 9, so it might be a glide. 'Cause your love is so strong, it takes me on a ride. So, in remembrance of you, I put a smile on. I share it with strangers to help them stay strong. In remembrance of you, I greet the morning with a grin. I open the shades and let the sun shine in. In remembrance of you, I try my best in all I do. I put a prayer on a wish, on a hope to make your dreams come true. In remembrance of you, I spend most of my time replaying the memories that invade my mind. In remembrance of you, I kiss the grass before it's kissed by dew. I reminisce of our love and pray for deja vu. I do what I do 'cause I do it for you. And I do what I do in remembrance of you. Some young little whippersnapper trying to be flirty. So my ex at the time was, what, 6, 7 6 or 7, 8 years, I think maybe even 8 years older than I was. So, yeah, that was that. All right, so let's see. Let's end on this one. And this one is called I Am. I believe that I wrote this one in high school, and it was for an assignment. And so, yeah, it's called I Am. I am art, formed in creativity and personalized by style. To different people, I mean different things. I am as special as each person makes me. I am a thing of beauty, a picture of sheer elegance. I have no flaws, except for what man calls imperfection. I speak with my hands, my legs, my eyes, because my mouth cannot fully comprehend expression. I am ideas brought to life, matured and perfected by time and effort. I am the epitome of imagination. I am crafted in precision and detail. No one can take credit for my accomplishments, except for my creator. I am a priceless work of art, far above what money can buy. I am one of a kind, unique. No one will ever find another crafted and molded like me. I am trademarked, copyrighted. Any duplications or even imitations are a violation of my mastery design. I am judged by my character. I am liked because of my style. I am hated because of my boldness and envied because of my ability to communicate without words. I stir up emotion and bring to life creativity and adventure out of the hearts and minds of everyone who set their eyes upon me. I am what others fear to be. I speak what others fear to imagine. I am me, and I only do what comes naturally. I am art, an idea never completely defined, never fully understood, but always admired. So, I shall leave you all with that. So that's who I am. I am art. We all see a piece of work, we all hear music, and it resonates with each of us differently. We can all be looking at the same picture and all see something different, all feel something different. And so when I say who I am, how I affect you is going to be different for each person that I interact with. And so, again, I just wanted to share a bit of myself with you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I would definitely love to hear your feedback, hear which one of these writings, poems, prose, whatever you liked the most, what you didn't like. And if any of you are writers, poets, and would like to share your work and a little bit of yourself with us, I definitely welcome it. And you can sign up. I'll leave the link for you to sign up to have your time on stage and everything like that. Mariska Hargitay. In the words of, who was it? The Love Guru? All right. So that's all I have for this episode of Prose Poetry Pit Stop. Again, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for listening. Take care. Remember, you only have one life to live. So make sure you do it justice.